Title: Echoes of the Abyss. The wind howled through the desolate streets of Havenbrook, a forgotten town shrouded in darkness and dread. Rain poured from the heavens like tears of the damned, each droplet carrying with it a chilling omen. In this forsaken place, the boundaries between the living and the dead were blurred, and the shadows whispered secrets that should never have been uncovered. Ella Montgomery, a young and determined journalist, arrived in Havenbrook with a thirst for the truth. The town's unsettling reputation had drawn her in like a moth to a flame, her curiosity pushing her deeper into the abyss. Armed with a flashlight and a notepad, she ventured into the heart of the town, her steps echoing through the empty streets. The moon hid behind a thick curtain of clouds, casting an eerie glow upon the decaying buildings that lined the main street. As Ella explored further, a flicker of movement caught her eye, a shadowy figure darting around a corner. Heart-pounding, she followed, her breath forming icy clouds in the frigid air. The alleyway was a labyrinth of twisted metal and crumbling bricks, its atmosphere thick with the stench of decay. Ella's flashlight danced along the walls, revealing unsettling graffiti that seemed to shift and writhe like living entities. With each step, the air grew colder, and a sense of foreboding tightened its grip around her chest. A whisper floated on the wind, a name, barely audible yet deeply unsettling: Lena. Ella's pulse quickened as the voice seemed to emerge from the very walls themselves. She felt a presence behind her, a weighty gaze that bore into her soul. She turned, her light piercing the darkness, only to find herself alone. A sudden gust of wind extinguished Ella's flashlight, plunging her into complete darkness. Panic gripped her as she fumbled to relight it, but before she could, a chilling touch brushed against her cheek. The sensation of icy fingers traced a path down her skin, sending a shiver through her entire being. The voice returned, closer this time, dripping with a malevolent hunger. Lena wants to play. It whispered, the words resonating within Ella's mind. She could feel the presence drawing nearer, its intention sinister and unfathomable. Ella stumbled back, her heart racing as the shadows themselves seemed to come alive. Distorted figures writhed and contorted around her, their forms twisting into grotesque shapes that defied reality. Desperate and terrified, she screamed into the abyss, her voice lost among the echoes that reverberated through the night. As suddenly as it began, the cacophony of shadows receded, leaving Ella standing alone in the alleyway. The air was still, the rain now a mere drizzle, and her flashlight flickered back to life. Trembling, she retraced her steps, her mind awash with confusion and terror. Back on the main street, Ella's eyes widened in disbelief. The town had transformed. The buildings stood tall and whole, the streets bustling with life as if the horrors she had just experienced were nothing more than a fleeting nightmare. Yet the name Lena lingered in her mind, a haunting reminder of the darkness that lurked beneath the surface. Ella Montgomery left Havenbrook that night, forever haunted by the malevolent echoes that had clawed their way into her reality. The town's secrets remained buried, its darkness preserved for those who dared to seek it out. The abyss had whispered its morbid tale, a tale of shadows, whispers, and the insatiable hunger that awaited those who dared to listen.